Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin'. It's D. About to react to this vid about comedy hype. This is Slink Johnson gets emotional over Teddy Ray's passing and explains why he was found in pool. Okay, I want to see this because I never knew how Teddy Ray passed. I remember looking it up when this first happened and nobody really knew. I don't think it was released. I did see a few people say that he got into a car accident, but now it's coming out that he was found in a pool. Let's see what happened. Let's watch.
Harder exercise. And he had to go into the gym, but it was hard for him to work out because people, again, that's a vulnerable moment.
You being a representative of Los Angeles.
It's funny, I will always see the light-skinned nigga with hella teeth. What is his name? He's shorter. I will always see him at this gym that I would go to when I lived in Glendale not too long ago. And I will always see him at 24 Hour Fitness. And I remember thinking like, anyway, so that is a vulnerable moment. I understand why he didn't want to work out at a public gym.
But more in particular, the Los Angeles comedy scene, LA.
To hear.
As far as like two comedians that we lost. We lost John Witherspoon, Charlie Murphy, that were part of Black Jesus. But going into the LA comedy scene, you start losing a few brothers as well. One in particular that we know of on our platform was Teddy Ray. I think that kind of like really, really messed a lot of people up because from my encounters with Teddy, he just seemed like very genuine, very good. Like his spirit was always up. Like, let's talk about like just the fact of losing Teddy and how that has impacted you since.
Nah, you Teddy Ray. I love that nigga so much, man. My nigga, my nigga died. He fucked a lot of shit up, man. He fucked a lot of shit up in a good way. I mean, I had a whole change of heart about the whole way I was living my life, the way I approached life and everything, man. That nigga was such a beautiful soul. He was, man, I love him to death. You get the sound, don't get the sound bite wrong. When I say you Teddy Ray, it's like, well, nigga, man, ugly, man. God damn, my nigga, man. Oh, man, losing Teddy, man, really, I've lost people in my life, and I don't want to make it like anybody is more or less, but this one weighed heavy on me. Because Teddy had such an infectious spirit. So he was such a genuine, golden, great-hearted person, such a talent, so amazing and just so happy. I can only thrive to be that way. Teddy was, Teddy was a light of a whole lot of people's eye and a whole lot of people's lives. And he didn't carry himself like that. Like he knew that, Teddy he was a battery for a lot of niggas' backs, man. Teddy was the ground wire for your electricity. He was the spark for that shit. Teddy was amazing, man. And I hate he gone, man. You my nigga, why you go, man? God damn, but at the same time, man, it's like his death has brought some amazing things. Again, I've come to the realization about some personal things in my life. Teddy's death has definitely brought me closer to Kamira. That's my girl. I love the shit out of Kamira. You know what I'm saying? We was already tight before Teddy died, but it's like, man, Kamira, my girl, man. I love the shit out of Kamira White, man. Her and Precious, man, and my own girls, man. And I know I'm rambling, man, but Teddy, man, I love that nigga, man.
You remember how you first found out about it?
Yeah. I was out of town, man.
These fucking sirens are so loud. I'm moving further away from... I live very close to a fire station. I can tell y'all. Downtown LA is massive, by the way. There are a million buildings here. So whenever I make little comments about where I live, people are just like, why are you giving details about where you live? Nigga, I don't live in a small town, all right? There's millions of people here. Anyway, so I live close to a fire station. So that's why you always hear sirens in my fucking videos. Because literally anytime there's a fire in this side of LA County, this station... Anyway, but I'm moving very soon. Just throwing it out there. You still gonna hear him, but they're not gonna be as loud.
You're calling me hysterical, man. Samira called me. She told me, I was fucked up. Fucked up this shit to hear. And nigga wasn't. Oh man. Samira told me.
I would want to. We don't have to say on this too much, but there's always been like this conversations about how he passed. Did you ever get like a clear answer on how Teddy like officially passed away for just people on record? Wow.
I didn't get. I heard what other people heard. I don't have. I never heard about an autopsy or what came from the autopsy. Just again, I may be wrong, but just based on what I hear, based on what I've heard and been told, I don't believe it to be foul play. I believe it was, Teddy was an angel and God was ready for him. From what I understand, Teddy, I learned after his death that he'd been dealing with a couple of health issues that were kind of concerning. And Teddy was a man like most men, like most black men. We heard and we ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Which is very unfortunate. My nigga, he was dealing with some health issues and people were talking about, oh, he died in the pool, he was drowned. No, I heard Teddy could swim like a fish. So I think it just happened to be his time, why in the pool. From what I understand from a close friend of mine, Teddy had been exercising. He liked to do water exercises. And he had been going to the gym, but it was hard for him to work out because people, again, that's a vulnerable moment. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with your weight and things of that nature. Yeah. You want supportive people around you. Not to say that people weren't supportive, but they probably wasn't giving him the space he needs. Because, people want to talk to him, look at him, take pictures and shit. Exactly. So again, that was the reason he got the spot. From what I understand, the reason he got the spot where he was at, the pool, so he can go, swim and, do his water exercises for, and he just happened to be in the pool. And that's when God comes for you, man, he don't care what you're doing. He don't care what you're doing. When he comes for you, he don't care what you're doing. So that is there.
I appreciate that. I didn't hear anything. You kind of brought some context into the pool situation. Because a lot of us was like, okay, why is he?
Why is a nigga in the pool? You know what I'm saying?
Maintenance man found him. It felt like what was going on.
I'm gonna tell you, my homegirl Kamira said, bitch, Teddy died like a rock star in a motherfucking pool in Palm Springs, bitch. In a fly-ass swimming pool like a rock star, bitch. Love you, my nigga. Damn, I love that nigga, man.
This is so sad. Teddy was by far one of the funniest, if not the funniest, on All Def Digital. So it's just such a huge loss. Like, I remember watching all of the Great Taste videos. He was always, like, my favorite. He was, like, very naturally funny. Because some people, they try to be funny and you can tell they're putting effort into it. Like, he was effortlessly funny. And I'm thankful that I got to see him, like, live. And I didn't even know that I was going to see him. But I went to the Laugh Factory. They have this comedy show called Chocolate Sundays. And they have a lot of, like, black comedians, like, performing or doing stand-up. And yeah, I went one night and he was there and I was like, oh shit, it's Teddy. And I put it on my Instagram too when it happened. This was like maybe a year, 2 years ago, something like that. And yeah, he was hilarious. Like, he was so funny. He was the funniest one that night, like, by far. But yeah, it just sucks. R.I.P. to Teddy though. This is sad. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.